Not gonna get the.
Crazy colors, eh?
Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth waking up early.
It's not even that early, but worth it. Beautiful sunrise. Morning, everybody. We are heading up the mountain. It's Friday, January 21st. We haven't been skiing that much lately, but we decided this morning we'd get up early and do 3 laps of the hill before we start our actual training. So yeah, heading up. I think it's good with the altitude and the actual walking uphill. It actually feels like some kind of training. But then we have a bike ride and a run later today as well. No swim today, which means we actually have time to ski, which is great. And we got the Corbins behind us. They're meeting us up there, and dogs.
Oh, it's so beautiful. That's all I Hey, buddy. We're 3 minutes in. I already effed up. It was my job to put in all the stuff this morning, I guess. And I left Paula's poles at home.
That triathlon real life.
I'm inexperienced enough though, so I'm going no poles.
Since we're not going to the summit today, we're good.
It's lighter that way. Hands free for the camera. There's actually a lot of benefits. Also forgot my sunglasses, so I'm rocking the early 2000s end frames. OG, not a reissue.
Soon to be reissue.
It's gonna be great. This camera looks like it'll probably die in about 30 seconds, so it might not be great. TBD. That was what we call a yard sale. Free gear. Here we go again, lap 2. Why? I don't know. It's so icy. All about the vert. Gotta get the ups. Okay. Yeah. No, you take care. Talk to you later. I had a business meeting. Ran a little bit long there. Very exciting meeting. Paula jumped on the bike a little bit ahead of me. Got a pretty significant trainer workout today. Significant just meaning that it's got some intensity. We're not doing a ton of volume right now because this is like our second week back into training, but we're doing some pretty much every session that we're doing right now on the bike has some intensity in it. Warming up with Lindsay?
Yeah. Mostly just to get each other on the bike. We're not doing the same workout though. The main set is 8 by 30 seconds hard, 15 seconds cruise. 3 times. I'm gonna try to do the 30 seconds at 330 watts, and the 15 seconds at 180. 8 times, 3 minutes in between.
This is like the second time or third time we've done this workout, and like what I ended up finding is by the end of those like 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, my power kind of ends up being pretty close to race pace power average, but you're going like a little over, a little under. It's a lot more mentally digestible than doing like 6 minutes straight. The first race that we have this season is is actually the couples try, which is the format, if you don't know, is basically Paula does a sprint, tags me, I do a sprint, Paula does a sprint, I do a sprint triathlon. So normally we wouldn't really be like super race fit first week of March, but we're trying to get a little bit of speed in the legs without just being super peaked, and then you're kind of feeling blown when World Championships comes around later in the season. So hence the digestible, a little bit shorter bricks of work early in the season here, and kind of trying to go for not a ton of volume, but get some pop in the legs. I averaged like 290 for 6 minutes overall, but the ups and downs make it a bit harder, I think. Definitely not undoable, so that's good. Okay, Paula had to bolt. I forgot, but we have massages today, and we have to get in a run before that, so she's taking the first massage, 30-minute run, brick style. I think she's taking Flynn. I'm super psyched how that went. I was hitting like 400, 430 watts on the high end, and then sitting at like 240, 250 on the downs. Averaged like 330, 340, 350 for the average, which is, I'm psyched considering how early we are into the season. I think it could be a good year. See you at whatever I manage to film next. Tubeless.
I can't handle Paula with the camera.
Lindsay needs to put new sealant in her tires. Likely the sealant in here is completely dry, so we're gonna pull them off and put new sealant in. Probably clean out the existing sealant. If it had only been a few months or something, and like we were pretty confident the sealant was wet still, I think we could add more, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're gonna do the whole thing.
Oh yeah, we have to do one more thing too. Instagram is really pissed at me that my Garmin is on this side.
I am not super happy with you about it, but I just...
So we have to move this over, because if I get one more Instagram comment about my bike computer.
The off-centered bike computer.
I've just been like, you know what, maybe Lindsay's just doing Lindsay.
No! Someone's like, is that because you're left-handed? So first things first, so what's our name?
Tools that you will need for doing your own tubeless tire install. Pump. And air chamber, very critical. If you do not have a air compressor, this is gonna allow us to put a whole bunch of air in there and then release it into the tire super fast and get the bees to seed. Maybe. You got it.
Wow, it's been in there.
And I don't think it'll...
So how often should you change your sealant?
I mean, you could definitely just check it every 6 months. If you're riding the bike a lot, you'll be wanting to replace tires that often. Since Lindsay's rear tire is a bit worn down in the center, we're just gonna do a rotation and put the back in front and the front in the back.
I don't know how I can help.
Step 1, figure out the orientation of the tire, and you wanna line up the logo with the valve stem. Get both sides on.
I mean, both always sharp.
That'd be amazing. Okay, next phase, you need this little bitty tool, which is a valve core remover. Okay, and that's gonna allow us to pull out the core of this valve and insert sealant. Boom. Lindsay brought over her own little, I think these are 2 ounces. That'll be enough for a gravel tire. For a mountain bike tire, you might want 3 ounces. All right, we have 150 PSI in this thing now. We're gonna try to dump it all in here. At the same time. There we go. I'm gonna take this off, plug the hole with my finger, and we're gonna reinstall our valve core.
What should you ideally have gravel tires set at?
Totally depends on what you're riding. The lower the pressure you get, the smoother it's gonna be and the more traction you're gonna have, but you run no more of a risk of pinch flatting. So I like to run about 30 in the back, and I like to run an insert so I don't pinch flat. Boom, what did that take? 20 minutes, 15 minutes?
15.
No problem. Ready to ride.
Ready to ride.
Okay, ready? Got it. We can't take all day though.
I just gotta be back by 3:45, so I can be at the massage table by 4.
Heaps of time.
Welcome to that triathlon life. Well, this is our first ride outside since probably like Oceanside, like October 30th for me anyway.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you rode outside on a mountain bike, but I just got on the Zwift train right when I got back. It's like 13 degrees Celsius, but sunny, so it should be really nice. And we're going to Sisters to get a coffee and then come back. In the summer, this ride is like no big deal, but right now it feels like a big ride.
Ironman training.
Ironman training. It's like 3 hours probably.
Of course, we have Lindsay. We could hit snow. It is possible.
Nah.
That's the drama for later. Yes, drama for later.
Dun dun dun.
Will we make it?
Conditions report for anybody who was like, oh, that looks like fun.
Terrible.
I loved it.
Why did we go to Tucson? This is perfect.
The dirty bee.